5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Office Exchange Podcast. I have the beautiful Kayla Farrell with me.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
How's your day today?
Good. I didn't do anything but shower and then come here.
That's phenomenal.
And watched you prepare for 12 minutes because you said you were ready and you weren't.
I was prepared. What happened was, you see, the batteries, they died on their own.
Not prepared.
So Kayla's my cousin, okay? If you don't know, I don't know if you could tell. It's not like we look alike at all.
Yeah, people used to call him my brother, so.
Every time we went somewhere.
Yeah, they're like, I saw your brother today. I'm like, my brother's like 20-something years old. No, you didn't.
Every time.
In middle school.
In middle school, 194.
I saw your brother. What? No, you didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically.
Yeah,
I call you
kind
my
of.
sister.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I do too. I say I have 4 brothers instead of 3, so.
Oh, cute. But, family.
Oh, Jesus. Getting right on in there. Well, we have a lot of drama in our family.
Right.
It's kind of rough.
At times. It could be really bad. But for the people who don't know, our family is very separated in a sense, and it's interesting that Kayla and my brother and I are kind of the 3 that kind of just like,
I
don't care
really
I don't care what anybody says. Get away from us. Leave us out of this trash.
Oh, and Esther's here. Speaking of, I hear her hello. No, it's really funny because like stuff happened between our moms and like they've fought and they've hated each other at times and everything. But me and you and Vito have been like the 3 that just like always stayed together and just like didn't care what was going on because we knew it was between them and it had nothing to do with us. Yeah. And our other aunt.
I don't know if you guys could hear that, but if you could. Oh, there you go. But
explains the psychoness.
Right.
Psychoness, is that a word?
The reason why we keep looking over there because there's somebody else in the room.
Jessica's
Jessica is here. She's just chilling on the beanie bag. But what was I saying? Yeah. So family. Another thing about our family is that we have like a house that we all kind of live in, which I think is some of the reasons why our family has a lot of issues that they have.
For sure.
It's because, all right, so you look at a relationship, for example, when you're with that person every single day, like it's nice at first, like it's, oh, I want to be with you, you're cool, you make me feel some type of way, and then eventually it's kind of like,
after a while.
It's like, okay, I'll see you 3 days instead of 5 days a week, so, but imagine growing up and living with...
Right. But then there was also the issue of, parking in the driveway. That whole thing with DOM.
So stupid, bro.
Because Joey got so mad. My brother Joey got really mad, and it started a huge fight with your Aunt Kathy's boyfriend. I don't know if we're going to get into it like that deep, but
I mean,
that's also another thing that started... it is like you see them every day, but I mean, even though they didn't like hang out every day because my mom was always at work, your mom was at work, but I think just seeing each other and like there was just stupid drama, but it, what it was? It went back from when they were kids. Yeah. Because my mom has a twin, and your mom is not the twin, so they've always had that like, they were always like more.
I feel like the whole situation. Well, I know the whole situation is just.
Stupid.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's like, as I get older, I am 20 years old. I'm young, but I'm already stopping holding grudges. I'm already, stop fight. I haven't got to a fight in like 3 years. And if you know me, I used to fight 4 times.
Got us kicked out of DG.
Okay,
that was Nick's fault.
I was just helping out a friend. Okay, I was being a good Samaritan. Okay, but
still got us kicked out. Me too. I was just with you guys.
Listen,
like, get out.
Listen, that's what happens when you're with somebody.
It's fine.
It is what it is. But DG though.
All right.
That was funny. All right, like before you make me sound nuts, my friend got into a fight with somebody on his own team. Okay.
Yeah.
But they were like talking crap to each other. They end up getting into altercation, and I stepped in, and
all of their friends stepped in, all of them, and I'm there watching from the stands, like, okay, that's my cousin and all of our friends, and you just hear Jason's fist connect with someone's face, and I was like, wow, I heard that from however many feet away. And then all of a sudden we're just all getting kicked out. And then we went to the diner after, like nothing ever happened.
I hit one of the kids from our neighborhood that you probably shouldn't hit, and I was like, oh, this might be bad. I actually went to that whole situation kind of. I don't know if you know this, but the whole situation died down because I went to 194 one day.
I do remember.
By myself when their entire squad was over there. Yeah. The room was going around the neighborhood that my friend was going to get jumped.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? If anybody's going to get jumped, just jump me, you know? Because
Mr. fucking Angel over here has to put himself there, and then your mom was yelling at you because she's like, they all know where we live. Because why does everybody know where we live?
I fucking don't know. But if I get the thing, this is my mentality. If I get jumped, it's going to suck for you, you know? I have a lot of people. So I was like, you know, if they're going to jump anybody, might as well jump me. No, that's a horrible mentality to have. But, you know, whatever. So that happened. And I didn't get jumped. They were like, oh, we're not trying to jump anybody. It's all rumors and stuff. Yeah. So it was all good.
Yeah, you've always kind of been like, you know, hard-headed and hot-headed, but also the one to, like, make peace between everyone, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to do that now with everything. Like, you know.
Yeah, as I get older, me too. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I used to...
That's what I was talking to Elijah, and he was talking about how he started trying to, like, change his life, right, in a sense. And he was saying, like, he doesn't want to hold grudges anymore, and he wants to be healthier and everything.
Yeah, I saw his
and I was telling him that, you know, it's going to be hard to, like, stop holding grudges for certain people, right? There are some people in this world that I cannot... I'm sorry, but it's not happening. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't come near me, okay? Yeah. It's... But there are others that's like, when you think about this situation, it's like so. Why do I like you? Why don't I like you? Tell me, was it a text message? Like, give me a break.
Why do we not talk anymore?
Give me a break. Like, and the craziest part is a lot of the problems that happen are with people that you had, like, experiences with and like memories with, and it's like, we don't talk for what? Think about all the good times compared to that one bad time.
You just rekindled.
Adrian.
We didn't talk about it.
It was nice. Adrian and I were cool. We hung out like 3 days last week. So
nice. I saw. Yeah, that's good. Cool. I mean, but I feel like you've always kind of been like that way. But our family just has a bad temper. Yeah, I was in general. Like my brothers and you and even me sometimes. But as I get older, that's one thing that I really have worked on and gotten so much better at.
Me too.
I think even you can see that. I'm not really the same that I used to be as angry about certain things. And
so. the way I look at it is like, if you're getting older and you're not changing, they're doing something wrong. Yeah. You know, you have to grow as a person. Yeah. You know, like you have to see things differently as you get older. You have to go through new experiences.
I was just gonna say
that. You know, like if you're just doing the same thing you were doing when you're 16 or you're 20 years old, you're not gonna learn as much as you would if you went out and did different things.
You have to go out. You have to get your heart broken. You have to, you know, try things that you're scared of. You have to do just all these different things, and it really helps you learn about yourself as a person. Right. I mean, it just, you have to change.
I always say your experience is your best teacher, and it kind of molds you into who you are.
I 100% agree.
And I guess tying it back to the whole family thing is, I know, well, my mother in particular, she holds a lot of grudges, and it's not healthy for her or anybody else.
I know.
And seeing that, okay, follow me here. Okay, seeing the issues that our families have, right? Seeing the grudges that my mother holds and the problems that go on within our own little bubble makes me look at it like I think it's healthy.
To see that.
Right, for me, right? Like, it's not, obviously, I don't want it to happen, it's not good, but I'm in a sense, I'm like, kind of like...
It teaches you.
Right, I'm kind of grateful, I guess, that we have these issues that we have, because otherwise, I wouldn't
we might take things for granted if we didn't have the issues that we've had growing up. And also, you see that, and you're like, wow, that's what I don't want to be.
Exactly.
That's what I don't want to happen to me. And it's like, I think that's why we've always kind of been like that, because we always see it, and we're like, why are they doing, like, why are they doing this? And, like, why are they, look at how unhappy they are, and they walk past their sister, and they can't say hi. Like, that to me, like, is like, I never want to walk past one of my brothers and not say hi to them. Like, thinking about that kind of makes me want to cry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like seeing that for us and seeing it our whole lives, you know, opened our eyes big time. And it makes us grateful for having each other, because if we didn't, then what would we have?
Right. So
in reality.
Sometimes you have to, like, another thing is, like, sometimes you have to, like, sit back and realize why things are going on, and realize that it's so much work to not like somebody.
That's what I said before. I was getting it's so, and it makes you feel physically gross when you're just angry all the time.
Having to avoid somebody. Yes. It's why would I
and worry about what if they're there, or I don't want to see them, or wait in your car till they walk past. It's why? What are you doing? But especially because they're so much older now. But they went through a phase, only our moms, went through a phase where they were saying hi, and they kind of talked it out.
Right.
And at one point, I got blamed for a lot of stuff, but I don't know how that happened to me. But I was on the way to Roger's wedding crying because I got blamed for someone not being invited. And I was like, I didn't make the guest list. I don't know. You'll be invited to my wedding. I love you, but... it's it's crazy how things just transpire and get pinned on other people, and it's just sad. And
let's take a turn. Let's talk about college.
Oh, Jesus.
College.
College starts in 5 days for me.
And you are going to be a sophomore.
Yeah, I'm going into my sophomore year.
I'm going to be a junior. And I start Monday.
So do I. 5 days from now, Anthony.
No. You see, my math, right? You know what it is? It's 5 plus 5.
2 plus 5 is 7. 27th is in 5 days. Today's the 22nd.
Oh, that's how you add it up? Wait, how does your brain work?
Okay, so I looked at the date, and I said the 22nd, right? 2-2.
Okay.
And I realized that mine starts on the 27th, so I just look at the last number since they're both 20s. I look at the last number. How many does it take me to get from 2 to 7? 5.
I always thought about humans are so weird.
So weird. And we calculate things in such different ways.
Yeah,
you just, I don't know what the fuck you just said, but mine made sense. Yeah.
Humans are fucking weird. Okay, let me tell you why we're fucking weird.
Why?
I look at, horses, and they don't do shit, bro. They walk around, they take a shit, they take a piss, they chilling, they make a couple of,
That's how they sound, for sure.
I looked at
they get an apple, they're like, oh.
Right. Yeah. Well, some humans sound like that when they fucking eat. Can we close our mouths when we chew, please?
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a fucking minute, and we're going to talk about this, because this one over here, she does it constantly, and I can't stand it. With the gum, with the chewing, with the gulping of the swallowing of the fucking drinks. Why does anybody need... Close your... Which camera are we looking at here?
Oh, that one.
Close your mouth when you chew, please. No one needs to make the sounds that people make. Nobody. Okay? Okay? It's unnecessary.
Bro, you ever heard Vito eat?
Yes. I want to fucking kill him every time he eats. Okay? So, seriously, my cousin, his brother, I can't be around him while he's eating. I can't be around her while she's eating. I can't.
Well, I don't know. See, this is the thing. I do believe some people do it on purpose, though. I think they just do it to annoy. I think my brother
when
does
I
it
tell her to
to
stop,
an extreme.
When I tell her to stop, even Victor does it. And I am when I tell her to stop, she'll go and make fun of me. And I'll be like, I swear to God, I will kick you out of my car, my house. I don't care. Get out. Because I can't deal with it.
I can't do that either.
I hate it.
Imagine being on a date and chewing like that. I'm like, how does Myrtle deal with Vito chewing like that? And she's like, I don't care. She doesn't care.
Some people don't.
That's just something. So yeah, some people are just all right, can we talk about that standards?
Yes, but hold on. Crunching, for one, you can't help.
Crunching? What are you
crunching chips? Yeah, crunches. No, when you're chewing on chips, you can't help the crunch. It's
right. I hate that, those things.
It doesn't bother me as much because you can't help it. What bothers me is the...
Yeah.
You don't need to smack the lips. It gets me so angry. I really...
Smack your lips?
That's what it's called, smacking a...
See, that's...
Humans.
Yeah, right. Bro, you think that's
Are we talking
smacking?
about humans or standards? What are we going to now?
It just keeps going back and forth.
Okay.
Because who in the right mind sees lips touching each other and thinks smacking?
I don't know. I heard that one day a while ago, and I was like, you know what? That's what's called lip smacking. It's a thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Lip smacking. What are you, clapping?
Thank you. No, seriously. But ask around if they've ever heard the term lip smacking. It's called chewing loud. Chewing like a fucking cow. That's what I call it.
You ever heard of lip smacking? Snacking? What did you say?
Smack.
That's not a smack. Whatever. Anyway, standards.
Lips smacking.
You think horses have standards?
No.
Penguins.
I think penguins?
You think penguins have
you
standards?
love penguins.
Yeah,
I love penguins. I always think of you.
You think
anyway.
penguins are like tall? Like you think a little small penguin is a big penguin? Because humans like small humans.
I don't know.
Like
I can't think because we're not animals. Well,
yeah, we are.
Apparently. I know. That's why I said well, but I can't really think of how like those brains work because honestly, truly, I don't know enough about them to be like, oh yeah, they think like humans are. No, I'm pretty sure they just like recreate. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they just make babies. Let's put it that way.
All right, make babies.
Procreate.
You know, seahorses give the babies. The female gives it to the male. Puts it in his pouch.
But penguins too.
Yeah,
I have a stutter now.
Yeah, but
penguins
the penguins
put
they like
the
watch
eggs
them.
under them. They sit on the eggs.
Yeah.
The males.
Yeah. Just to like protect them and keep them warm.
Yeah,
and
keep
stuff,
them
right?
warm. Yeah, it's the temperature. Yeah.
Penguins are cool.
Sure. I love penguins.
They smell though.
I always think about you when I think of penguins.
Oh, thanks.
Cause yeah.
I think I've really grown into my nose.
What?
I think I've really grown into my nose.
My nose is still way too big for my face.
No, I don't think so.
It is. It goes very past my face, and I hate it.
When I was younger, I used to always say I have like a big nose. That's why like the penguin comparison worked because I used to sag my pants
never saw it
in
with
middle
you.
school. I used to sag my pants in middle school, so I used to walk like a penguin.
Yeah, I know.
I used to look like I had a big nose, but now I feel like I've grown into it. So.
I never saw the big nose on you.
Really?
Personally.
I saw it.
You always used to tell me, I'd be like, okay, I'm getting a nose job with you then, but you don't need it. Mine still, to this day, comes far out of my face. I feel like from the front it looks okay because it like fits and it like whatever, but from the side it's a little too long. That's all.
I don't know. I don't see. So. But that's what I mean. Like
everybody's different.
Yeah, but is every penguin different? Every horse.
Well, they look
every beetle.
A lot like
beetles or like insects.
I hate insects. I don't want to talk about insects. I get itchy when I think about bugs.
So if I buy you a tarantula, what are you gonna do?
Fucking run away and kill you.
What if you saw a tarantula fighting your kitten?
My kitten? Oh, I'd leave that shit to kill it. My cat would kill a tarantula.
Think so?
They've killed bugs before.
Cat versus tarantula.
There's like a little cat versus tarantula. Cat wins every time.
Tarantulas are scary.
Yeah, I know.
They're creepy and they're huge. My
cat's killed little spiders.
All right, well.
I don't know about. I don't fucking know. I hate insects.
Listen. I don't know if a cat could take a tarantula. We'll see. We'll look it up or something.
We'll Google it.
Would you eat a tarantula?
Absolutely not.
Why? That's a thing.
That's disgusting. I told you already. I hate insects.
What
I can't do it.
Nice seasoned, Cajun.
No, my dad ate fried ants in Hawaii.
I'll eat a live
ant. Or were they chocolate covered ants or something? I don't know, but they were disgusting. Yeah.
That's really a thing.
I can't do that.
That's really a thing.
I can't.
All right.
No. I don't like. Does anybody understand? I don't like insects.
So, vegetable oil on a stovetop.
No.
Tarantula. Cooking.
Answer no.
Cajun, red peppers, green peppers.
Even if there was ranch and chipotle on that shit. No.
All right. Weirdo. Anyway.
Why would you eat it? Why am I weirdo for not eating an insect?
Because it's delicious. If
You've had it?
No.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking,
how do you know?
All right. Well, you don't know what they make in these restaurants.
That's
another thing.
You don't know what you're eating.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're eating, and you don't know what they put in there.
This is the best comparison I could ever have. Broccoli. If you're getting broccoli and it has a taste to it, it's not fucking broccoli. They did something. Like when someone's like, all right,
season it.
Season it, but still at the same time, it's like, okay, let's say you go to a restaurant and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna get broccoli. I'm gonna get.
But people don't want to eat plain old broccoli, so they season it.
Of course not. But then it's like, okay, you're not being that healthy. Well, you're being healthier than the other choices on the menu, right? If you think about it in the long time.
But you're putting seasoning on that's not healthy.
And you don't know what they could be. They could put butter on. They could do anything to make it taste like how it tastes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why they say if you want to be healthy to cook at home.
Right.
Because you know exactly what you're putting into it.
And do your grocery shopping is definitely cheaper than going out to eat dinner.
Oh yeah.
100%.
For sure. You can buy in bulk.
And
then you have it for more days.
Even though I just spent $42 on Pop-Tarts.
Well.
Rice Krispies, Cliff Bars.
Rice Krispies.
I spent $42 on 100%, hands down. What's your runner-up though?
I like CT Crunch. I can't believe I just called it CT Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I was going to say Captain Morgan.
Who called it that the other day? One of my friends.
Captain Morgan. Is that alcohol?
Captain Morgan is alcohol.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I don't have a second. Believe it or not. I love Rice Krispies so much, I don't even have a second. It doesn't matter.
I know. And you put too little milk. I don't fuck with that.
Listen, you have to make it nice and moisturized. You saw me eating that bowl I had?
Yeah, there was not enough milk.
That was delicious.
I love milk, so not enough.
Looks good. I started drinking organic milk.
Smart. I used to do. Me too. Actually, I did lactose free for a while.
You know what I fucking hate?
What?
The fact that I don't know if it's really organic.
Yeah. What is organic? Do you know what organic literally means?
It
made out of like carbon and.
Isn't it
something? Wait, I want to look it up because it's made out of two things. It literally doesn't even mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean it's like natural.
I thought organic means
it doesn't,
like
no. It just means
no, like let's say you get like organic chicken. Isn't that like no steroids and shit like that?
No, I learned in school one day organic literally only means contains carbon. I was right.
Look at how dumb humans are, though.
Right. But I mean, I learned that in school. I don't know how true it is.
No, I'm not saying.
But one of my teachers literally told me in high school that it was Miss Ashkenazi. Fuck that bitch if she's out there. I think she like got fired or had a heart attack. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Either or. I'm sorry, Miss Ashkenazi, but I fucking hated you, and I couldn't understand her. Anyway, but I passed her class.
What is she? Naksanagi?
Ashkenazi. She was like Indian, but she spoke like 7 different languages, and she had a heavy Indian accent. And I liked her, and I love Indian accents, but like I couldn't understand her for what was I in? For I think it was biology, and that's a hard class, you know. I'm not good with science really. So it was a hard class, and then I couldn't understand her, and then she spoke like 7 different languages, so like she would just start speaking, and I'm like, listen, lady, teach me. She didn't teach me. In reality, that's my issue with her. But anyway, the one thing I remembered that she ever taught me that stuck in my head was that organic literally just means made of like carbon or something, which like doesn't mean like when they say organic food.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You see
that's what she said. I don't know how true that is.
You see how dumb humans are?
Yeah, I probably sound like an asshole.
No,
I'm saying. I know.
Like we just follow, like me, for example. I bought organic milk thinking that it's healthy, but I didn't even take the second to look what organic milk is. We just look at like headlines at anything and just think, you know what?
Yeah, but then again, there's stuff coming out on the news every day. Like, that's something that's supposed to be really good for you is now all of a sudden causes cancer or is really bad. Like, what do we really know? We're just, like, as we go along, there's, like, every day there's something else that's coming out that's like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Supposedly, Nature Valley or one of those bars, now causes cancer. Supposedly, it was on the news.
Yeah, but cancer's like fucking anything. I feel like.
Well, yes, but who would have thought a Nutri-Grain Valley that's supposed to be really healthy is now? You know what I mean? Like, how true is that? Is it true?
But at the same time, it's.
Is it true?
It's up to us to like do our own research, though.
See, my nose is big. I just hit the mic.
Yeah, it's your fucking nose's fault. Maybe
it was.
How about the mic is fucking 5 feet long?
Yeah, they had no idea.
Yeah,
when my dad started smoking cigarettes, he was 12.
Well,
and they had no idea at the time that they were bad for you.
They didn't hear Jessica, so we had to tell her what she said. Jessica said cigarettes used to be doctor approved in like the 60s or whenever the fuck we weren't born.
50s.
So 50s.
Yeah.
Which that's nuts. That's
my dad is like my dad's like 67 years old. He's like kind of old for my age, but he started smoking when he was 12, and they had no idea it was bad for you. And he still smokes to this day, even though he knows it's bad for him. But he's so addicted to nicotine. He's been doing it for so long that what's the point of stopping now, kind of? Because he's already, 67. So it's not like...
The good thing about today's like day and age is... you see, that's the thing. I don't know if we're being progressive in that sense, because if they say this is good, in the next couple of years, it'll come out that it's not good. Like, for example, like smoking those like... Juuls or whatever. It's like terrible. Better than... whatever,
I heard they're worse.
Vape pen is better than smoking cigarettes and stuff. But then in the next couple of years, we're going to find out that the vape pen killed 75,000 people.
We are the test for Juuls.
Yeah. Because I'm somebody who has never smoked before, and I don't have a problem. Like, you've seen me around. All my friends do it.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been to parties. I go to parties where everyone's smoking. I have no problem with it, But then when it comes to, like, and I have people that tell me, right? Oh, if you don't care about smoking, then why do you care if your girl smokes? Or if smoking is not that big of a deal to you, why does it matter if because I personally want to, if I were to date somebody, I would not want them just smoking just because, it's like a constant
Well, there's multiple things.
Interest.
Smoking cigarettes, your significant other doing that, you're smelling it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like that's like it's gross. Like when my mom comes inside from smoking a cigarette and I smell, it's like like I get a headache and like I'm like that's kind of unattractive for me for somebody to come up to me and smell like a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't really like if my significant other was doing that. But then again,
move that and just sit down.
you're also like secondhand smoke if people have issues with that.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like then you go to smoking weed. And it's like if you don't like the smell of it or you don't like your partner that's always high,
Mm-hmm.
because then in reality, like what? I mean, I don't know. I don't get high. I don't like smoking weed because I don't like what it does to me. I did it like once and I hated it. But, it's like I don't really know what it's like to be high all the time. So I can't say that. But, like, I don't like when people are high all the time around me.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel like they're not actually with me.
Right. I say, like, you have to surround yourself with people who are different than you, but also similar to you in the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And having people around you that smoke isn't the worst thing in the world, because it'll kind of show you how some people think when it comes to smoking. Is everybody has their different opinions and
I mean, all my friends, a lot of my friends do it.
Yeah,
like they smoke weed, they smoke cigarettes, they do smoke the jewel, they do everything. All of my friends do everything, but it's like I don't personally don't mind it, but I'm just saying in the sense of standards, there's some people who can't smell.
Yeah. I wouldn't say
except when I'm kissing my significant other, I don't want them to smell like cigarettes. That's what I was trying to say before.
I respect people who don't do what
everyone
society kind of tells you have to do, right? Mm-hmm. Like as an 18-year-old, 16-year-old. Matter of fact, fucking in today's day and age, when I was growing up, a fucking 12-year-old, if you're not like trying to smoke or getting into it, and you're in high school, you don't smoke. You're in college, you don't smoke. You're like looked at as like first thing if you go to a party. First thing someone says, "Yo, you smoke?" You know what I mean?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's like or yo, you drink. It's one of the two. And if you're able to say no to both of those, I personally respect you.
No, me too.
It's hard to like sit in that environment and just like
not do it.
Yeah,
but that's you. I mean, because I guess you never had the urge to try drugs or smoking or that. Everybody's different.
And I don't look down on anybody who smokes or drinks. Me
neither.
Yeah. For me, it's not.
I'm not even gonna.
And when it comes to, like I said, a significant other or something, the reason why I say it's like a conflict of interest, right, is because look at it from my perspective, right? When people tell me, I apologize before if people tell me like, how come you don't like smoking but you don't want your girl smoking? This is the thing. If I don't smoke weed, right, and I have a long day or I'm tired, and a lot of people like to smoke to get there to relax, and there's a lot of different reasons. But if I have a long day, I'm the type of guy that like I'm gonna make some cookies. Okay, I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna relax.
Fat foods.
Right. Eat. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna whatever.
Okay.
But if you have somebody who likes to do other things, it's like it's like, okay, I just had a long day. Now I'm gonna come home and eat a cookie while you smoke weed.
Yeah.
It's like I want you to eat the cookies with me. You know, and that's just how I am. That's just who I am. You know what I mean?
But that's why everybody's different, because there's some people that, I've seen couples that, exactly what I'm talking about. All they do is smoke weed together.
Right.
So it's like, you got to get
they
that.
Have that interest
and
together,
like I've had that too, where one likes to smoke weed and I like to do something else, and I like to eat. And it for me it works, because like I don't really mind it, but like everyone's different in that sense. But I get what you're saying about the conflict. Like, for example, back to the cigarettes. Like, if my significant other smoked cigarettes and I smelled it, I wouldn't, like, yell at them or tell them to stop.
Right.
I just wouldn't, enjoy it. But I'm not going to, like, not be with someone or look down upon them because they do it.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Everybody does what they do, and that's that.
And you have to accept everybody for who they are,
Right, exactly. But
Don't try... You know what I don't like how people will try and change you for something that you believe in or what you like and stuff. Because I've had people in positions higher than me in multiple different situations, and where they tell you this is wrong.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do this. Yeah. You're wrong for doing that. Do this instead of that. I like to kind of look at it, and if you don't agree with what somebody's doing, give your perspective on it. Show them
give your
maybe
opinion
something
in
they
a
don't
nice
see.
Way, respectful.
And maybe they'll change, and if they don't, it is what it is. Everyone's different, you know?
Yeah.
So, I'm like I said, I'm not going to sit here and try and change somebody
right.
because they smoke.
Well, one thing that I learned from past experiences is that you cannot change somebody that doesn't want to change on their own.
Right.
And it's like, why would... I mean, I look back and I'm like, why did I try to do that? I mean, I know why at the time, but it's just like, you can't change someone unless they are willing to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I say, if you don't necessarily agree with somebody's opinion, you can, or whatever they do, you can give your opinion and you could say it in a respectful way. And then it's up to them to do what they want with what you said.
Right.
So.
Well, I want to just ask one more thing before we go.
What's up?
I want to talk to you about the youth, right? Because you work with kids all the time, probably almost every day of the week, right? I understand the importance of education, staying active as a young kid, having people in your life that can influence you in the future. So I wanted to know your opinion on just like everything that's going on in today's society with youth, whether it's with technology, school, you know.
This is a topic I can go on forever, so I'm just going to make a few quick...
No, go ahead.
I'm going to make it short. I think the technology... Okay, I'll use an example. I babysit 2 kids. I mean, I'm always around kids every day because I have younger nephews. I babysit, I tutor kids, all that stuff. But the 2 specific kids that I babysit, often they are like attached to their iPad. They are attached to the TV screen. And for some parents, they're cool with it and they're like, all right, they're leaving me alone and they're occupied. It's great. But I feel like they are so like attached to it that they can't live without it. And Michael also has ADHD, but he literally will throw fits if he cannot watch a YouTube video or something like that. I think that parents definitely need to, but they are also at the same time very active. Right. And that's where I give, you know, my boss credit because she doesn't like them being on the iPads all the time. So I love her for that because both of the parents, they don't like them and they'll take the iPads away during the week. And they go, during the summer, they go to sports camp and all that stuff. Right. So they're very active children, which is great. And I think that for the parents, they need to, you know, get their kids involved in things and they need to get them outside and active and all that stuff because if they just become, they can learn a lot from technology, they can learn a lot from the internet, but they can also learn very stupid things. And they are also doing that because they have learned, like Michael sometimes will, you know, think it's cool to try and curse. The kid is 9. Like it's not, I don't like that. And then like the 6-year-old Leo, he'll try to do that too. So it's like they can learn really great things, but they can also learn really bad things.
Right.
And then another thing that's kind of like a little off topic, but I want to say it because it's part of my field, and I work with kids with ADHD and dyslexia and all that stuff. I mean, they don't, but my other kid does. Early intervention is a huge thing, and it's something that parents need to like learn. There's a lot of parents that are in denial, and they're like, no, not my kid, not my kid, not my kid. But it's huge. And I know, like, probably parents aren't watching this, but, like, for anybody, like, if you grow up to be parents, like, if you think that there might be something a little off with your kid, get them tested right away while they're young.
What is early intervention for anyone who doesn't know?
Early intervention is basically if you think, so let's say there's a mom, and she has a 5-year-old kid, and she sees signs of autism in him. Like, she'll go get them tested or evaluated by a doctor, and the doctor will, you know, obviously evaluate the kid and see if, you know, he's on the spectrum or not, or if there's any behavioral issues or anything like that. And early intervention is basically you're catching it young and you're doing something about it, like getting them the therapy that they need, an ABA specialist or a speech therapist or whatever it may be. Early intervention is starting it young and getting the therapy young, because if they find it, you know, as soon as they see signs, especially if they're a young kid, but even if they're a little bit older and see signs, the earlier you start to, you know, treat it, the better that the person can become and the better their life can be. But, you know, there's people that function with, you know, mental disabilities or whatever. That's fine. But the earlier you catch it, the more you can help. And that's something that I'm learning a lot more about. And it's great because, you know, the kids I babysit, they're 6 and 9. And the mom already knows that they have ADHD, and she's working on it. Right. And that's amazing because they can learn how to live with it in an easier way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important. So I have to say that.
And I see where you're coming from, and I'm going to kind of take it into my perspective with my field, right? I work a lot with neighborhoods that aren't very well off, right? I'm in a lot of neighborhoods that a lot of people don't, they tell you not to go to, right? For the people in those neighborhoods, if you're listening, if you don't have the money to find the signs right away, and you think that your son may have something, or your daughter, or someone you need help on something, don't be afraid to call somebody and do your research, right? I always say try and teach yourself as much as you can. And if people don't know, a lot of these neighborhoods that aren't well off, they don't have a lot of local doctors.
No,
you have to go far for a hospital, and it's expensive, and you don't have the money for some of these treatments. Try and do your own research. Try and talk to people. Try and go to events. Try and figure things out so you could kind of see where your son or daughter or someone you love is at, right? And
try to help them the best you can. I agree with that 100% because some people aren't fortunate enough to be able to go to a doctor and get them evaluated or a psychologist or whatever. But one thing I would say to counteract that is just be careful with self-diagnosis or diagnosing a loved one, because that's difficult. Because you don't exactly know. You're not trained properly to do that. So don't medicate or anything like that. But if you want to try and do like therapy on your own, you can try, but just be careful with it, because you never know if you're doing the right thing or if it might hurt the kid or whoever it is, a friend or your loved one, more. I would just say one thing with that is just be careful if you do that. But definitely if you don't.
And another thing I'd like to touch on that Kayla spoke about was the people in general with disabilities. People in general with disabilities. People in general, our elderly, our elders. We need to kind of. I know it's hard because we're young and we're just trying to have a good time. We're trying to live our lives. But sometimes we have to sit back and realize that we are ignoring some communities in our society, right? Like, there are so many kids, adults, middle-aged people with disabilities who need help and they don't have it. Like, that need, like, you don't know what a one conversation could do. You don't know what one day a week of volunteering could do. You don't know what 1 hour of spending with an elderly person could do, So if I could urge anybody who's listening to try and get out into the community and do as much as you can, or not even in your community, one of your family members, like your grandmother, you haven't talked to her in a couple of days, give her a call, go to her house, do these things, because when you're in these states that they are in, you're going to feel the same way. And
I couldn't agree more.
And, we have to get into these communities, into these areas that we don't pay any attention to in our society, and we have to, kind of look at them more, because we all like to pay attention to, stuff that I don't want to say doesn't matter, but isn't that big of a deal. Like paying attention to LeBron's life,
there's
paying
bigger
attention to
problems and
Taylor
there's bigger
Swift,
things that could be being helped rather than what people are focusing on.
Kanye West, like
the media.
We love to look at all these people, but sit back and look at the people in your life. You just spend an hour watching a video of Kanye West's interview, and trust me, I do it all day. I watch podcasts, I watch interviews, but at the same time, I still take the time out to go downstairs, hang out with my grandparents once a week, or go volunteer when I can, and just try and get involved in these communities, because it'll, trust me, you'll learn from it, and if you don't want to learn anything, then that's on you. But
it also,
not
only do you learn things, it makes you, I don't know about anybody else, it makes me physically and emotionally feel so much better. I'm so happy when I volunteered at Dancing Dreams, which is, a place to dance with. I mean, Jessica did it with me. A place to dance with, disabled children. It was, it was amazing because these kids, they have such a hard time dealing with some of their mental and physical, challenges.
Right.
And you go there and you just dance with them and they just forget about everything. And they're dancing and they're smiling and they're happy and they're just right? They're just so happy. And it makes you feel amazing because it's I'm contributing to that by giving an hour a week. You know what I mean? And it just made me so happy. And even my mom said it. She was like, now I know how grandma always felt when no one, called her or gave her attention, and it's just like, you never know what a phone call even, or 30-second talk, or a hello or a smile on the street can do for someone, no matter what they're going through. You just never know. Right. It's great.
Well, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll end this by saying the energy you put out into the world is energy you'll get back. That's what I kind of live by. I have a lot of stupid, corny quotes that I run through my head all the time, and eventually they'll be in my body. Trust me, you'll see it. But I have a lot of things that I run through my body, through my mind, and whatnot. So that's one thing I'll leave you off with this week is the energy you put out into the world is energy you get back. Put that positivity out there. It'll come back. Maybe not the day after, maybe not tomorrow, but in the long run, I have faith and I believe that it'll come back.
Yep.
So
and treat people how you want to be treated.
Right.
Definitely. That's another cheesy one, but I mean,
it's true.
It's exactly what you just said in a different way. I mean, like when you treat someone kind, they're most likely going to treat you back that way.
And if they don't, well, like I said, fuck them. That's a good way to think about it. But like I said, it'll come back eventually. I promise. Kayla, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for
Jessica,
having me.
Thanks for being in the corner.
but thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
We'll see you next week. And Kayla's definitely going to be back on, by the way.
Yay!
So, we'll see you later.
Bye.